Guam's system for evaluating and assessing how dangerous sex offenders are to the public before they're released from prison and the treatments available for them while they're serving their sentences are not stringent enough, according to officials from the courts and prison. Court psychologist Juan Rapata is saying the current way we evaluate sex offenders, particularly pedophiles like Paul Santos Mofnes, is far behind national risk assessment standards. Guam only using the first level of assessing sex offenders.
A lot of them are just clinical interviews, and you're relying on them. Do you understand that you need to change? Yes, etc., etc. That's only the first level. Most places in the country have second and third level, and we need to think about funding agencies to start being able to do the second and third level. The second level has to do with biometric, non-invasive things like heart rate, polygraph, blood pressure. You basically attach them, everyone who is assessed who needing this, and just show videos and pictures of certain stimuli.
Paul Santos Mofnes released from prison in 2014 after, quote, performing well on parole. He's currently being held on charges he kidnapped and raped a 10-year-old girl at gunpoint. Rapadas telling senators pedophiles who are attracted to children younger than 11 have an extremely high rate of recidivism. Mofnes was released without a psychological assessment and recently replaced former parole board chair Michelle Taitano, said the parole board will hold no hearings without legally mandated completed psychological evals from here on out. Meanwhile, public defender Richard Dirks said DOC's parole division can't do what it takes to keep Guam safe from dangerous pedophiles released from prison.
Parole must be overwhelmed. They must be. I don't know how parole can do all the work. They don't have the eyes and ears in the community. They don't have the ability to bring people in for small things. You can put a hold on somebody, you can throw them in jail, but you can't micromanage their lives, which is what pedophiles need.
DOC said during the hearing it has started a sex offender treatment program, but only 15 offenders can be placed in that program at a time. Dirks, meanwhile, said the high rate of recidivism in pedophiles has been very evident on Guam.
Our community's been torn apart by a recent notorious case, and I'm trying to think, but over the last 30 years, maybe I've seen a dozen like that. They need to be monitored very closely.
Meanwhile, Senator Therese Terlaje said all mandated risk assessments must be made available. Terlaje, after the hearing, said under the current system, the safety of Guam's children cannot be ensured. Terlaje calling for a moratorium on parole for pedophiles. For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.